guys, this is Matt with another Minecraft video. So this is episode 4 in my Let's Play faction series on mnb.net. And to kick this off, we've got a bunch of different topics to cover today. So first off, though, I need to give a shout out to Awesome2407. He was cool enough to swing by and to drop off a nice little gift for us, a mushroom spawner, kind of cool, and a couple of pigment spawners, or excuse me, pig spawners. So thanks anyway, Awesome, for that awesome little gift of yours. I also need to give a shout out to Sir Bumblepump. So Sir Bumblepump actually got the Afro Circus name on the server before I was able to get on it when it was first reset, and he was kind enough to hand it over, seeing as I have a history with that name, and it's all cool. So I want to give a shout out to Sir Bumblepump and thank you for doing that. So now on to the episode itself. Let me just drop this thing off. I've got a few things in my ender chest you can see. So first off, we have a roof now. Yay! We are actually quasi-secure. The region walls, the outer region walls are done and watered, as I mentioned they would be last time. And I want to talk about a little bit about, well, not F home, I want to talk a little bit about making the monies. So this is just kind of the very beginning of the monies, and we'll have plenty of episodes on all the different things out there. But to start off with, right underneath our F home, we've put together a little tree farm here. Actually, it's not so little. This tree farm is 19 by 19 mega spruces. And so that's a total of 361 mega spruces that we were able to chop down and to use our wood cutting tree feller ability on in order to make money. And I haven't actually done much of this at all. A little bit of lag right there. I haven't actually done much of this at all, but some of my guys have, and it's a very effective way of making money. It was very effective on the last server, and it's a good way to start off before you have kind of the more automated farms and grinders. So one of the things about this is that I mentioned that, and here we're looking up at the Afro Circus defenses. We'll talk about those in just a minute. Our floor of our F home is at Y200. I mentioned, and this right here is at Y145. And the reason for that is that these mega spruces can grow up to 50 blocks high, and you want to allow them plenty of space to grow so that they grow at the highest rate possible. If you're spamming them with bone meal, for example, if your roof is a little bit lower, let's say it's at only 40 or 45 blocks high, then sometimes you may get a hit on a growth, but it's trying to grow higher than the roof will allow, and so that growth will fail. And so, in order for it to regrow as quickly as possible, you want to make sure that your roof is at least 50 blocks high. And we've spaced these out two apart. And this looks a little bit close to me, but in general, these should be two apart. And by making them two apart, you can pack them in fairly tight, and you don't have to worry about them growing together because unlike jungle trees, mega spruces grow extremely straight. They're very predictable, and they won't merge together into one tree if you keep them at least two apart. And you can see it's kind of a work in process, and we haven't actually needed to use this entire space. But if we wanted to, we can have a total of 361 mega spruces to make money. Once you have tree feller going, you can very quickly see your wood cutting skill grow. On the last map, I ended up with a tree cutting, let's see, or a wood cutting ability of about 2,400, I think is what I got to, roughly about that. And my tree feller ability, I remember it lasting about 47 seconds, something like that. And I could just go through 3 diamond axes in one tree feller every 5 minutes, doing boom, 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 and taking down multiple inventories worth of logs that I can then take to the admin shop and sell. So this is a reasonable way of making money. It's a little bit slow at first, but it's not bad. Other ways of making money that we found is to just dig up anything and everything and sell it. And in fact, beneath our F home, you can see that we've been doing some digging. We want to eventually clear this out, get this down to bedrock, and put down slabs and things like that around all of our walls to make hybriding them even more difficult. So looking at the actual defenses themselves, as I go down here, I'm going to just go to a corner here. I'm going to use a zoom feature from Optifine. What we have is we have these pillars of lava that are containing lava in them, and beneath them we have sponges. And the reason we do that is that the water that we have along the outside, and pretty soon we'll have water actually on the inside as well pouring down, is stopped by the sponges, and it prevents the water and of course the lava inside the pillars from going down and being an access point. So we're way, way up high here, and it's not possible for people to be able to even get up to our base without um, building up on some area outside of our claimed land and then cannoning through our walls and then finding a way to throw an ender pearl a fairly long distance. So that's part of our goal is to keep people away from the base completely, and this is helping us. So I'm going to use one of my many homes that I have here. M&B has a fantastic number of homes that are available to donors here, and here I am down beneath beneath the base. You can see there's been kind of mining things randomly, sand, sandstone, other kind of stuff. Plenty of stuff down there to mine and be able to sell at spawn. Um, and as you can see, it's pretty high up there. If I was walking along and I didn't have build rights here, it would be difficult to have to build some sort of pillar off in the distance, then try to eat pearl over. And while our tree farm is currently open, it will eventually be closed up as well. So this is what we've done with the build so far. We've got lots more to do. We'll be building on this for probably a couple weeks, improving it, beautifying it, making the defenses stronger, all those good things. But in addition to building the actual base itself, we're also building our faction. And I want to talk a little bit about that as well. People have been asking me, Mafro, can I join Afro Circus? So I literally get maybe between 20, 30, sometimes as many as 40 people a day reach out to me and ask, hey, can I join Afro Circus? And it's just not possible for us to take that many people in. Obviously, it's very important for us to have trusted members because in factions, really any weak member, any untrustworthy member is a weak link that can bring a faction down. And look at all these heads. I don't even know who put these here, but somebody put a whole bunch of heads here. And I don't want this to be my head if I can avoid it. So we got to have trusted members of the faction. And so the way that we deal with that is that we want to get to know the players that join our faction. And the way we've done this in the past, and this has been fairly successful, is to create a recruiting faction. So that's what we're going to be doing on this map as well. Get hit by a car. One of our members is going to be leading that recruiting faction. In the past, we've had outside members lead the recruiting faction. This time around, we're going to have an actual Afro Circus member lead that recruiting faction and bring people in. And we'll be doing a more detailed video on the recruiting faction, how to join, all the requirements and things like that in the near future, probably the next couple days. But we don't even have a name for it yet. In fact, I want to reach out to you guys on YouTube and say, hey, if you guys have a name for us for that recruiting faction, please put it in the comments below. We're kind of stumbling around, like, what do we want to call it? In the past, one of my buddies, Timinated, ran a recruiting faction for a while, and he called it Mix Masters. And then down the road, we had another recruiting faction called One Circus. And so, but we need a name for a recruiting faction, and it could be as AC2. But that sounds kind of weak and boring. I was telling Carr that we should call it Clown Car or something like that. Seeing he'd be the initial leader. And who knows? There might be other leaders down the road. Whatever happens, I'm pretty open to it. So anyway, that's what's been going on here. We've been talking about how to build the faction. Right now, the faction is reasonably strong. We have 22 members. We actually lost a few members just earlier today when Classified Cow decided that he wanted to strike out and see if he can make friends elsewhere, which is all good. I have a philosophy that I'm running a faction, I'm not running a prison here. So people are welcome to leave Afro Circus at any time. I don't want people to be here if they're not having fun. We're all here to have fun. That's my philosophy. So I believe we should go to wherever you're having the most fun. And so I don't begrudge people that leave. I just ask that, number one, that they do so in a way that doesn't cause us to have a sudden loss of power so that we might be overclaimed. And number two, to keep whatever secrets that they've been entrusted with as a member of Afro Circus, even after they leave the faction. That includes base location, our plans, planned raids, that sort of thing. And Classified Cow has been cool enough to say that he would do that for us. So I wish you well, Classified, as you head out there and do your own thing. So I got a lot of friends, lots of friends that are in other factions, and that's all good. So going back to this little view of our faction, one thing that's kind of interesting is that we have been forming alliances with a lot of different factions on this map, and we have 0 enemies right now, which is kind of interesting. I haven't experienced that before. We did actually have one faction that we enemied them, and we had some of our members raid them, and it looks like they've disbanded, I guess. So but if you come after us, we got a lot of friends, and we're going to be very very soon eager to be going on the offensive. And along those lines, I'm going to share this. I wasn't sure if I was going to share this, but I think I'm going to. We are forming a mega alliance. That is an alliance of some of the top factions on the server. Not all of them, because we can't have everybody in one big team, right? Factions is all about conflict. But there are certain factions on the server that I think might need to be dealt with sooner or later. And so I'm putting together a mega alliance of factions that might be able to do that job. And I will definitely be talking about that more in future episodes. But I just want you to know we're laying the foundations for some big wars, like wars between alliances, and it's telling to see who's in this list of allies and who's not. So if you're not in this list of allies, that might be something you want to be thinking about. So anyway, this has been Mafro here with a brief update on the Let's Play Faction series. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you want to give us your ideas for what we should name our recruiting faction, please put that in the comments below. I really do need some ideas, and if you give us an idea that we use, I'll give you a shout out in a future video. I appreciate the ideas. If you want to join our recruiting faction, you'll need to be getting in touch with this man over here. Get hit by a car who's stalking me. It looks like. Dun, dun, dun. And finally, if you want to see more of these videos, please subscribe. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Bye.